Respected dignitaries on the dais, our president, our AG, secretary, and our past district governor, and all fellow Rotarians. Good evening to all of you. Now, August 15 is the Independence Day. January 26 is Republic Day. Likewise, since 2014, they have made a tradition. February 1st, it is a budget day. So, they are very consistent in presenting the budget on February 1st. The reason behind it was, see, normally what happens, if they present the budget at the flag end of the February, then discussion in the parliament, and when it gets enacted as a finance bill, gets enacted as a finance act, sometimes it is to overlap April, May, June and all. Then what happens? That implementation takes time. So definitely it will not reach as they plan. So that's why normally they have made one system on 1st February every year. They present the budget, and before 31st March it will be enacted, and from 1st April itself the implementation work starts. There is a beauty in this present government. Second thing, before passing of the presenting this budget, right from beginning, previous day, there will be always economic survey. It is 31st January, there was a economic survey. Economic survey is nothing but state of the economy. So it is nothing but last year's budget vis-a-vis what is the actuals as per the budget, and if any deviation, whether there is revision in the budget, or if they could not undertake all these things, plus whatever in future, that is, all those things are covered in economic survey. So this economic survey, really it is a we should be very proud. All over the world, many of the countries, so-called all advanced countries, when they have having the problem of double-digit inflation. India is going towards double-digit growth. Of course, nominal growth double-digit, up to 11% we have projected. Real GDP, it is for the financial year 31st March 23, it is 7%, and 31st March 24, it is 6.5%, 6 to 6.8%, average 6.5% of the GDP. So, on the basis of this, we are very proud to say that from 10th largest economy in the world, we have come to now 5th largest economy in the world. And of course, when our Amrit Kal happens, that is 100 year of independence, 2047, definitely we will be one of the developed countries in the world, and we have the plan to become 3rd largest economy in the world. That is our what we can say, that it is a foresight. This is the Amrit Kal's first budget presented by our Nirmala Sitharaman. Before 2016-17, there used to be two budgets, railway budget and general budget. Since 2016-17, they have merged this. They have made only one budget now. There is no separate budget for railway. Okay. Then, the size of the budget this year, in spite of all odds everywhere, we could plan for 14% more than the last year's outlay. Last year's budget outlay was 39.45 lakh crores. This year outlay has been increased to 45 lakh crores. In spite of this 45 lakhs crores budgeted expenditure, the fiscal deficit we could control. That is the thing. Control means, of course, our plan is to make fiscal deficit to 4.5% by another 2-3 years, but now it is 6.4%. Now, the main problem in the economy, see, in spite of all the odds, COVID situation in India, of course, we are very comfortable. When compared to China, we are very much comfortable. In other cases, China is also now recovering. China is the largest manufacturing factory of the world, but we are not. Because logistics costs for export, competitiveness for export, China it is 8 to 9%. But our cost of logistics is nearly 14%. So that's why during the last budget itself, the government has planned for a Gati Shakti plan. Gati Shakti plan, last year they have earmarked 7.5 lakh crore for infra spending. This year it has been enhanced by 33%, that is 10 lakh crore expenditure has been earmarked for infra. The question may arise, if you spend more and more money for infra, what is the advantage? Because if you spend more and more money for infra, it will have cascading effect. Employment generation will be more. Demand for inputs, raw material, steel, cement, everywhere there will be growth. But if you spend the same amount for giving for subsidy or revenue expenditure, it will not add to the growth. Then fiscal deficit will still increase. Because of course 80 crore people, they have been given free ration during the COVID time. That has been extended for last year, and next 1 year also it has been extended. 80 crores people are given free ration under PM Garib Kalyan Yojana. That has been continued. But infra push, definitely it will make our logistic cost also will not increase immediately, but over a period of time our logistics cost will reduce substantially. It will lead to reduction in our cost of goods for export. Then we can be competitive along with China or other countries in the world. That is the intention. Of course, this budget, definitely we are very proud. It is an inclusive growth budget. Inclusive growth budget means in 7 pillars of the budget itself they have told last mile reach. That is, reach the unreached. That is the target. Last, that means poor of the poorest person also it will reach, and rich of the richest person also it will cover. So that is the beauty in this budget. All sections of the people, all sectors of the economy they have covered. And what we can say, even this education, rural development, then of course agriculture is a priority now. Even defense expenditure, because we have a lot of Hitashatrus across near our borders. Hitashatrus means acting like a friend but actually enemies. China is a Hitashatru only. So naturally we need to increase our defense spending. So here they have given more thrust for Atmanirbharata, that is manufacturing more and more in India rather than importing from other countries. Except advanced what we can say that planes, all these things that we can't do now. But other equipments, missiles and all we might have seen now recently. They have tested the missile also. All those things are manufactured in India. So defense, always they give lion's share in every budget. That is a must, because if at all we here peacefully live, it is because of our law and order, internally as well, law and order with our other countries. That is a must. Then we can talk about the main problem is unemployment. The unemployment rate was nearly 20%, that has been reduced to now 14%, and it is being reduced also. Earlier, due to this COVID, all urban employees, they moved to rural areas. Now they have come back. Construction activity is also brisk. Due to this Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, that more amount earmarked for that. So there will be more boost for construction activity also. So this is the another support for Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Then 20 lakh crore rupees is the target for agricultural credit. 20 lakh crore agricultural credit. Now farmers, they need not have to go to money lenders. They need not have to commit suicide, because this Kisan card, credit card scheme has been beautifully introduced. It is not only for agriculture but also allied activities like animal husbandry and fisheries and dairy. That is also covered under agri credit, and Kisan card can be given. So it is like a Kisan card, it is like a credit card only, one limit will be given. They can draw as and when they want and they can pay. That is the advantage of this Kisan card. So then minimum support price for your paddy and wheat, that also substantially they have earmarked. I don't want to talk about the statistics, it is available anywhere. So that is the maximum priority has been given. So farmers, they have been benefited. And one more thing is, this time agri-tech startups, they are going to support through NABARD for agri-tech startups. Because in India what happens is, now Israel model we talk, but here the cost of production and latest methods of cultivation, all these things we are lacking when compared to other advanced countries in agriculture. So for that, they are giving push for these agri startups, so that agricultural activity also there will be spur, and agri ventures, agriculture allied activities. So getting more and more value added products out of agriculture. Now millet, India has been declared as International Year of Millet. So now they are going to set up separate center for millet research in Hyderabad for that. Siridhanya ante heltare. Earlier we used to get that Siridhanya because that is very good for health. Our doctors and all, they know very well. So now we have forgotten all these things. We are copying from now Western style of food. So now again we are making it as an international year of millet. So this also for millet, even small of the smallest farmers also, they can grow and they can get a lot of benefit because of this. There will be a lot of value addition also for the product. So farmers, definitely there will be boost. Then MSMEs. See, MSMEs, what happens is, people are under the impression that government is not giving money directly for interest subvention, not giving money for directly. See, subsidy, state government, it is the job of the state government to give capital investment subsidy, interest subsidy, all these things. But central